FunPop. FunPop. FunPop.
And hello, welcome to FunPop. We are back. This is episode number 15, I think. Wait, yes, 15. Hi, it's episode 15. It's been a while, guys, so sorry, it's confusing. We're back. Glad to finally be back. 3-Bit's not back with us yet this week. He will maybe be back next week. That's what we're hoping for, and we'll see. Shout out to him. We love you, dude. I miss you still, but it's good to see you kind of getting back into things here as well. Shout out to the chat for joining us nice and early already. We got a few people here. We got Shizno. Hey, there's my wife. She said she's going to be working on some new emojis for the channel. So thank you, babe. I appreciate that. This is going to be fun, finally getting to talk about this stuff again, because, you know, we've had E3, it was chaotic, there's a lot of stuff. We had a lot of connection issues going on with the internet. That hopefully is now resolved and fixed. And we're back and ready to start bringing you this show again. So thank you everybody again. Rainy the Third Eye, I see you. How's it going, dude? So Psychonauts, dude. Man, I am super glad to be back here in FunPop with you. How is it going?
Oh, it's been good. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. E3 really took a lot of our time up, but I mean, come on, that was one of in gaming, that was a really big event. So, you know, all the power to that. But yeah, I'm excited. Some really good stuff, TV and movie wise, that has came down the pipeline, and can't wait to talk about some Loki, because that's been freaking awesome.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm actually manipulating our screen here because with only 2, we have a little bit more room. We can blow ourselves up a little bit. So,
I don't think people want to see me bigger.
Hi, yeah. Everybody can see Psychonauts' face. So, yeah, we've been, in the meantime, since we've been away, Loki has launched on Disney Plus, as well as there was some cool stuff actually at E3 involving Marvel stuff, and so it kind of gives the opportunity to talk about some of that. So Loki, and
oh yeah,
I want to get into that, dude, because I haven't watched episode 3 yet. I have watched episode 2, and for me personally, it's like Marvel is still just getting all of this right, dude. It's just like,
yeah,
amazing. What are your thoughts so far on Loki?
Loki for me has been like I'm like okay, how are they gonna go about reveal like Loki's like the timeline? How they're gonna do the multiverse? How they're gonna like tie this all together? And they are really I love like the very first episode where they kind of had the scenes from Endgames, where everyone was going back and Loki got the Tesseract again. I love how like everything's tied, like where he went, that's where this is picking up from, and it's just really good how they're tying everything together with the MCU, and with the multiverse. With a lot of people are not very familiar with it. They got the TVA, which is the task force that makes sure that none of the timelines split off and cause like a disturbance, or there's a word for
variance is what maybe or something. I can't remember what they called it.
Yeah,
a variant, because they call them variants, right?
Yeah, they're variants, and it's good. I like it. It's like a detective style show, because they're like they gotta find out who this who's doing it, and then they find out that it's a variant that's doing this, and then they reveal the variant. I'm just like, what? So
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. It was actually like so good that on Father's Day, I spent a lot of my day watching the Thor movies and Avengers. So I watched Thor, and then I watched I should have watched it in a different order because I screwed up here. I watched Thor, then I watched The Dark World, and then I watched Avengers. What I should have done is watch Thor, then I should have watched Avengers, then I should have watched The Dark World. But it's still like I was able to watch all three of those movies just to like really get back into Loki, right? And see all these moments they referred back to actually play out. And something that's been amazing with all of these movies, I mean, all of these shows, right? The MCU shows, is it's given me like more appreciation for the characters, right? Because you get to like see how in depth like these characters and their motivations and everything like really kick in. So like you go and watch the show and it's like, man, there's like, you get to see more of like what makes Loki tick, which is also a theme in this show, right? And that gets you thinking, okay, like, well, what made him tick this way? And I'm trying to remember everything, right? So I'll go back and watch Thor, and you watch the beginning of that movie, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've completely forgot about that, right? I forgot about the whole like frost giants thing, and like how he was like found when he was a baby, all that stuff, like from. And these are like spoilers from Thor, guys. Okay, not Loki, from Thor, which came out a long time ago. By the way, how's it going, Boogie? I see you out there, dude. Eternal Umbra, Back from Dead. Super appreciate all you guys hanging out here. We got our dude 3-bit in the chat. But it's like you go and you see this show now, and it's so focused on the character. Then you get to go back and like, what happened? Like, was he always like this? Like, you know what I mean? And man, he's just like such a good character, dude. And it's I forget how to say his name. It's Tom Hiddleston. Is that how you say his name? Tom. I don't freaking remember it.
It's something like that. It's Hiddles something.
Hiddles something.
Hiddles something. I'm bad
yeah.
at names.
What a good Tom Hiddleston. Yeah, what a great actor portraying Loki. You know what I mean? Like, it's just amazing.
That's another actor that when you think of a character, like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. with Tony Stark, you know, Tom Hiddleston with as Loki. I mean, he's the god of mischief. I mean, there's no other person that I can think of that could really pull it off like he can, because he's meticulous and he's just precise with everything, and his humor is good. You know, it's not like over the top. It's not. He's not like Star Lord. I forget his name. But anyway,
Chris Pratt.
Exactly. So, you know, like his humor is just like, it's like a perfect balance of everything. So really freaking great actor. And Loki definitely didn't. He got. I mean, he had some spotlight in like the Thor movies, but not so much. But it's great to see this TV series really paying homage to Loki and what makes him tick, like you said. It's really freaking great.
Yeah, going back, like you watching the Thor movies, I gained more of an appreciation for him as opposed to Thor, right? Because like I'm paying more attention. It's like, oh man, like he steals all the scenes that he's in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Just and it's like he portrays the character so well, and like all the just like little facial things. Like you're wondering, what is he thinking? Is he planning on something right now? Because you're always wondering, even as the viewer, like, is he being sincere right now, or is he actually up to no good? And you think a lot of times, but you know what I mean. Even he even fools all of us. And I think that goes to him as being just a good actor, as well as the writers for portraying that really well with the moments, like when he
Mhm.
in Thor, when he sends the dark elf in Thor: The Dark World, when he sends the dark elf
Mhm.
that turned into the giant dark elf or whatever, you know what I mean? And he sends them
Yeah.
to he said you might want to take the stairs to the left or whatever, right? And he goes up
Mhm.
there and he goes and finds the chamber that his mother and Jane are in, right?
Yeah.
And like he made that mistake, and then when I like how like Loki the show like goes back and shows these moments, right? And it
Yeah.
makes you think how this is going to portray with the future of the MCU, because now you're talking about, like you said, branching timelines.
Mhm.
Variants are now a thing, and that opens up a whole world of possibilities. And in Infinity War, like Loki died, right? So
Was
uh
it
was
was it
Infinity
Infinity
War or
War?
the beginning of Endgame? One of the two, right?
Yeah, it was Infinity War because that's
If
yeah, it
yeah,
was Infinity War.
is the end of Infinity War or
Beginning,
beginning
I
of
think it was
Endgame?
towards the beginning of Infinity War because Thor
Maybe it
snaps his
was.
neck after the fight with Hulk.
Yeah. That's right. And it's like, okay, where is this going now? Now, this is no spoilers, but we just know that there's new possibilities, right? Open to this. So it's like, man, where is this? Where is this gonna go? Where is this gonna go with this character? And that also opens the possibility to different characters, because if Loki is able to actually gain control of this timeline thing, where he can, I mean, he's a variant, right? If he can find a way to control this and escape the wrath of the task force, whatever they're called, I forget, the TBA or whatever, TVA,
TVA, yeah.
then that could be their branch to bring other characters back potentially. Well, right? Um,
Yeah, I mean, that was the talks. Like with the multiverse, they can bring back everyone that died. I mean, you saw Gamora's back. They can bring back Black Widow. They can bring back a younger Captain America if if they
yeah,
want to, and and hell, they can either that's possibly introduce other Marvel characters like Wolverine and everyone else because they're like, who's this? And they know if they go off to another multiverse and run into another Marvel character, they can
yeah.
tie in. They could do so much with the multiverse. It's endless. It's the possibilities are endless.
Well, yeah. What if they went back to a certain point and changed the course of everything, and mutants became a thing way before any. It's just branching timelines is always, and that's been, and that goes into themes now that we're starting to see with these, not only these shows, but some of the later MCU movies have been getting into these themes, right? Ant-Man, right? Ant-Man being able to traverse through time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have um, uh, now the time variants as well, and then you have WandaVision, all the stuff that happened there with being able to, with the blast that was shockwave that was sent through, right? Everywhere. And so you're talking about lots of different possibilities with branching things now. And that maybe is going to be the lead up for what's the next big after Black Widow? What's the next big movie? Eternals, right?
This year, yeah, Eternals, Spider-Man, which ties in with uh the Doctor Strange
That's
multiverse
another
of
one that can
madness,
manipulate
and
time.
that's I think early of 2022. So it's like, and so that ties in with the multiverse.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange ties in with the multiverse. WandaVision tied in. So you're already seeing them expanding, and they're meticulously, doing picking points, and I
Yeah.
guarantee there's probably Easter eggs that I've missed in these last 3 episodes that are probably uh, going to be talking about who, what's coming down the line, who's, the, the enemy is going to be, maybe set up the next hero. So there's, it's definitely Marvel's doing a great job with
Yeah.
Loki.
So it makes me wonder too. You remember the scene in the end game where the Mark Ruffalo Hulk is talking to the Supreme, forget what her name is,
Oh, the Supreme.
Sorceress Supreme, or I forget her name in the movies, but and she talks her into giving him the time stone.
Yeah.
And she was like, he had to like promise to bring it back and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And that we
Mhm.
never got to see that actually happen, but we just like know that okay, was it Captain America went back and was supposed to return all the things, and he ended up staying to live his life or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
they touched on it in I think the first episode, when uh, Luke, is it not Luke? Luke Wilson. Owen Wilson was talking
right.
to,
Yeah, he said all
um,
that was supposed to happen.
yeah, because that's because how they put the timeline back to normal and everything was, that's it was cool. So,
Right.
now the thing I don't understand is because of that, Captain America stayed behind though. But wouldn't that have changed the timeline? Because he technically was
There's
not.
two of them existing at the same time at all those times, right? So that's another thing. But
This,
they said they said right. So this is a little bit of a spoiler, but not too much because this is like in the episode 1, right? They
yeah,
said that what the Avengers did was all according to plan.
yes,
So there should be nothing out of place from that. So the only thing that happened that was out of place was Loki when that whole scenario happened when he grabbed it and
yeah. Now I know that that's what he said. Now I wonder if he said that to Loki to cover up something. They could have gone back
yeah,
and,
who knows? You're right.
you know what I mean? So maybe we could see something, because him doing that, could we get Hydra Captain America? You know what I mean? Because that changed the timeline. So who knows? I know it's definitely it opens up a lot of story
When is
with
that What
how
If show supposed to come out?
what if was supposed is technically coming out this was it
I think it's this year,
this
isn't it?
year, next year, this year, yeah, this year. Oh, and the Legend of the Ten Rings also comes out this year.
But Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi.
yeah,
So that and it Marvel's just on fire, and we're getting a lot of stuff at the we're middle of the year just about, and we're getting the last half is going to be amazing, and movies, TV shows, and gaming. So
yeah. Have you gone back and watched any of the other the movies since watching the shows at all yet?
yeah, I went back and watched Ragnarok. Um, I watched them. I went through the whole timeline probably. I want to say a month and a half ago. I watched from pretty much Captain America: The First Avenger through the chronological order, not how they were came out theologic in the theater, but how their the timeline was set up. So it was
Yeah.
like Captain America and then um, Captain Marvel and so on. So kind of remember some of the stuff, but yeah, it's very interesting with the stuff with Loki that we've seen. Um, like the talking about how he sent those uh dark elves up and killed his mother. It's like his fault, and you saw like the pain in his eyes, and
Yeah.
then oh, hold on, was that in episode 3? What? Yeah, I think it was.
No, that
I
wasn't.
can't talk about it.
Oh wait,
What
no.
he
Yeah, if
found
you got
out.
anything from episode 3, don't tell me. I don't want to. I
Yeah,
don't want to know.
yeah. Oops, I almost said a big spoiler. So yeah. And he finds something out. So
Interesting.
yes,
I've,
it's gonna be hard.
yeah, I
You need.
find it really interesting about the whole concept of multiple Lokis, right? Multiple, because like in this like new world of the multi, do we call it the multiverse? I mean, I don't even know what it's called. Like
Yeah, it's multiverse.
With the whole multiverse thing, is multiple versions of these characters, right? Now they didn't really go into too much, guys. This isn't really a spoiler, but like it makes you think about if Loki can have all these different versions, like where they call them Lokis, right? I mean, they call these Lokis, and they're always, it's like the most common variant they have to go after, right? Like how, what other versions of all of these other characters are there?
Yeah, I don't remember if this was in episode 3 or not, but they talked about the different types of Lokis. Was that episode 2 where
I
they
think
were
that was
talking about
I
there's
think that was episode 2, where we actually saw some of them in episode 2.
yeah.
Right.
So they were
We
talking
even
about,
showed.
there's like this type of Loki and this, and some of them not even human, so it was very interesting. Um, yeah, it's really cool. Like they could just do so much, just so much, and I get excited. And it kind of sucks that we get them once a week. You know, it's like this is like the series that I kind of want to kind of binge watch, and see what you know where the story pans out because it's really good. I mean, already. I think this is the one that they had. Was Loki? They already signed up for season 2, I believe.
I don't know. I think all of these. I mean, I think it with the Disney Plus and with the MCU, it's not going to depend necessarily on ratings. It's just going to depend on what they want to do for a story, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if they have a reason to have this show, then they'll have this show. It's almost like all of these shows that they're going to have are just different ways of telling a story that's going to be important for the whole MCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's different than like, okay, is Law and Order renewed for season 25 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's less about, is there a reason to have this show anymore, as opposed for ratings purposes, or as for them it's about, is there a reason to create this show for the purpose of, we need to tell this story, right? So I think if shows don't continue, it's going to be because they have concluded that part of the story, and they maybe don't need to continue it, and maybe they'll replace that show in their sequence with a different story they're trying to tell that it may be important with a different character, because these are giving us insight into things that are happening and setting the stage for the whole MCU, right? To where I will go on a limb and say, if you don't watch these shows, it could potentially make you not understand some of the stuff that could happen in the future movies, right?
Oh yeah, especially like with our Scarlet Witch with WandaVision. I
Yeah.
mean, when they see a white uh Vision, they're gonna be, what the hell is this? Last time I saw Vision, he was like a magenta color. You know what I mean? So they you it's it's like almost that you have to watch the shows so everything's cohesive, and it's smart on Marvel's part by doing that, because then, I mean, it's good for us because we get to see a series and more about the stories of what's playing out. But also, it's they Disney gets more engagement with, and you're just that more invested into a show and the movies and the franchises and everything. So I mean, it's just smart. I'm enjoying it. So
Yeah, I loved Falcon the Winter Soldier.
yeah, that was really good.
I mean, again, that one had. I mean, you talk about implications on like future of the story. I mean, the Falcon the Winter Soldier. I mean, completely changed who we think of now as Captain America, right? So, it also resolved a lot of things for the Winter Soldier, like just crazy stuff, with the importance of these shows. And you talk about WandaVision, just like you said, like sets up so much. And each one of them are kind of filling a different genre, or completely filmed differently. And I could go back and forth numerous times about which one is my favorite. Right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Right now, Loki's probably winning.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of good. Like WandaVision was cool. Like how they did like an episodic, old, style like TV series. How they went from the different decades and everything, and then um, Falcon and Winter Soldier is more of a action, um, style TV show, and this is like detective style, like more of a lines with like detective drama. So it's like they're really, really like they're doing a good job.
Yeah. Hold on, real quick. All right, we're gonna have a surprise, I think.
Surprise! Uh-oh. Now the one thing that I was like, see, I can't talk about episode 3, but what I can say, um, is it leaves more questions than anything answered of what's going on. So I'm like, I don't know how many episodes are in this series right now. I don't believe that they came out and said, and I hope it's not 6. I hope that it's 8, 9, hopefully 10,
Yeah.
because I'm enjoying it. Oh, who's this? Oh,
it's me, a 3-bit.
Hey, 3-bit. How's it going?
I know it's not who you all wanted, but it's me.
Yeah, you're looking.
And I would like
different.
to make my grand entrance with a new emoji that I made just for myself.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh,
is it?
God.
It is. You did not.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
fucking did.
Oh my God. What'd you do, Fancy? No, she did not. She did not.
Oh my gosh.
She did.
Bro,
Nice. She did.
Oh my God. I love it.
Hey, babe. How's it going?
I'm leaving it.
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere.
You can leave,
Oh
you can
my
leave
God.
it. I love it.
There we go. Here we go.
Love you, 3-bit.
Here's the combination of the combo emoji of the year. There we go.
Let's see. Are you saying you want to finger Cardi B?
No, she's smelling his fingers.
Oh, she's licking it. Slurp, slurp.
Oh my God.
Ew, is that Cardi B? Yes, it's Cardi B.
What's up, Pong?
Are you sure you want me here?
Absolutely, babe.
So I just want to say something about episode 3 of Loki.
We're not talking about episode 3 because you're
holy shit.
Right?
Wow.
Your husband hasn't watched it, so
I'm just fucking with you. I haven't watched any of it. I don't give a shit about it.
I know.
I'm trying to get her to watch them with me. Yeah, it's like a failed attempt every single time. Hey, babe, you wouldn't perhaps want to watch Loki tonight?
You asked me that last night, and I said, "Fuck no."
Yeah, exactly. That's the way it usually goes. So.
Oh, come on. It's a good show. I don't know.
But
why
is it Thor-y?
Is it
Is
Thor?
Is it like the movies? Like, is it like
It's
Thor-y?
very different than Thor. I'll say that.
No, it's not.
It's not
like
Thor-y.
Thor.
Is it modern day?
It's modern. It's pretty modern.
No, technically it's in the
Kinda.
future because it
See?
takes place.
Okay, so
Oh.
Mav's saying yes because he knows that I would watch it if it was. Psycho's giving me the real deal and saying no.
No, it's not like 1940 TV style. It's modern in that aspect, but it like takes places like in different timelines because they got to go I mean, they jump around. They go 2016, I think, 2077. I mean, they go 1912.
They went to the
Pompeii.
1980s.
Oh, see, you just
So-
lost me there.
It's the multiverse.
Yeah, I get it.
You need to kind of.
But I'll say
watch.
okay, it's filmed like a modern day thing with the way the characters are acting, right? The group that he's traveling with is like modern day, like it's classic Owen Wilson. If you like Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson's in it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Oh, I didn't
in
know
this.
that.
He's amazing.
Does he
in
play
this.
Loki?
No, Tom
No.
Hiddleston plays Loki.
He plays
So
a
the guy who
TVA.
plays it in the movie plays
Yeah,
it.
all the MCU characters are portrayed by themselves, and
Gotcha.
but it's a focal point on him, and Owen Wilson is a new character that they're introducing into the story, named Morbius,
Uh-huh.
and he's basically like a time cop, is the best way to put it, right?
Yeah.
And he's in charge of trying to reset. He's hunting somebody that's basically messing with the timeline.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
okay.
that
And
second episode was big.
yeah, and he needs Loki's help. So
I'm surprised that you didn't watch the third episode before you did this.
Well, it's hard because if I watch third episode, I'm going to be talking about that, and like a lot of people may be watching haven't.
When did it come
Haven't
out?
watched it
Last
yet.
night?
Yeah, it's last night.
Oh.
Day.
Yeah.
This morning, technically.
Right.
So if you like Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston back and forth together is like amazing. That's the best. That's my favorite part of this show is watching their banter back and forth because you get that classic like sarcastic Owen Wilson, right? Where he's like, he seems like he's smart. He has it together. He always knows what to say. You know what I mean? It's like he's always a step ahead of Loki in a way, which is really hard to do, right? But I don't know, it's just like the way he portrays that character is like awesome. It makes it really enjoyable to watch.
Well, they deal with all the variants.
Yeah.
So
But he's used to being manipulated.
there we go.
You know what I mean? He's hunting down Lokis all the time, right?
Do I sound better now? I
You
forgot.
sound-
Yes.
Yeah, you sound great.
Is Mav
Okay.
keep cutting out a little bit for you?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, okay.
Am I?
But it's like, yeah, just like at peaks. Like you'll say something and like the word is like, I'm like, fuck, what did he just say? I'll just fill in the blank.
Weird.
See, like you
Yeah.
just did it.
Is it?
Like,
Did I?
like when you
know
said
what?
bats, it didn't really get that.
I
Maybe
wonder
you're
if
being
like my
controlled.
noise gate is too high on my voice.
See, it just cut off you saying noise, but I could tell that's what you're saying.
Right.
Oh, he could have said noise.
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 Okay, is that better?
I think. I don't
Keep
know.
talking. We'll
Yeah,
find
well,
out.
we're gonna see how this is. Am I cutting out?
No,
over here?
that's way worse.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Why am I cutting out? I don't like this.
I don't know.
Am I cutting out to you, to the viewers?
I don't know.
Viewers,
Yeah,
are you hearing
viewers.
Mev every word that he speaks?
Am I cutting out to you, or
Now
Yes,
you
am
sound
I
like you're
cutting-
underwater.
I
Yes,
sound like I'm
G-Bone.
underwater.
He is Van Damme of the Marvel
Rip Snorta
multiverse.
says I sound fine. So it must be a Zoom thing. Here's something I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna try this, guys. I'm going to
check your video.
Is that better? Is that better? Testing. Hey, what's going
they're
on?
saying you're good, so I think it's just a Zoom thing.
Yeah,
because
it's just a Zoom thing. All right,
Yeah.
how's it going? I see Rip Snorta, G-Bone. I like the Rip Snorta. That's cool. The Blue, right into the third eye, back. All right, yeah, all you guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
Did you see what Back from Dead said? If you go back a little bit.
Back.
Yeah.
Go back.
We want you here more than Mav. Kaitlin, we want you here more than Mav. That one.
Yeah.
Aw. Thanks, Back.
So after hearing this, are you a little bit more intrigued, babe?
No.
Okay.
Come on.
I have so many shows that take priority over this. Like I'm behind on my shows.
Yeah, she needs to watch
put your
Floribama Shore.
Home and Garden
Floribama Shore. I need to watch freaking Seeking Sister Wife. I need to watch Siesta Key.
You watch this shit.
She does. That's what she would rather watch other than the MCU shows. You know, it's okay.
I mean, she is a girl, so I guess.
Yeah, I mean, sorry for being a girl.
It's okay. You're being a girl guy.
Girls, ew.
Ew, girls are gross. I love them.
Yeah, 3-Bit said it best in the chat. Kate still needs to watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Solo.
I think. Oh my God, we won't go there. I think Kaitlin would watch Loki before Star Wars. Unfortunately.
Yeah, she would like Loki. I know she would like Loki. I know the stuff that she likes, so she would like Loki. But getting her to try Loki is another story.
That you're really just trying to convince me to watch it.
Maybe I am. I'm gonna keep
Pong. You see what Pong said?
No, wait. You know what's better than all those combined? Playing Dark Alliance. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that tonight for sure, dude. I know. I
don't think this show will be like crazy long.
Yeah, because we only have.
But Pong, everyone says Dark Alliance is not good. God.
You know what? If you just take it for what it is.
I had fun.
Then,
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have fun, just take it for what it is and enjoy it.
Yeah, people make up your own minds for yourselves. Play it. It's in Game Pass. What are you losing out?
Yeah.
28 gig download.
I almost did. Like, Mav asked me to come on, and I said I don't really want to, but I really just didn't really want to because I was mad at him.
Oh, what do you do now?
Because he came, Kaylee and I were in the pool swimming, and he came to say hi, and then he left. We were in there for a while longer, and then we were like, okay, let's get out. The sun is going down. Then we go to try and get inside, and he locked us out. So I hear Kaylee trying to open the door, and she's like, I think Daddy locked us out. I was like, are you serious? I was just glad I had my cell phone with me.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad I didn't have my ringer off or something because I was streaming. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But you know what though? I've done that before. It's just it's like habit. Like I lock my car door when I'm home. That's not because I want to keep it safe, locked and safe. I just do it because when I go to work, I lock it. So it's just nature. So
you don't want to keep it safe?
Well, who the fuck wants to steal my car? Wait, steal? It's a 2003 Toyota Highlander. You guys are more than welcome. I'll probably get more in my insurance claim.
That's funny.
What I could sell it for. So
hey, Pat Ju. Hey,
I
Boogie.
do. But no, I mean, I'm really liking Loki. It's been really fun, and I wish we could talk about episode 3, but I can't.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch it tonight.
There's so much that goes on in that episode, and it's like,
yeah, you forget what happened in too, because it is like one continuation, right? So it's hard to remember that specifically, especially when you get later in. But yeah, definitely Loki is another just great job, and I love shows where I can't wait to see what happens next, and that's what they're doing to me with these shows. And then after the shows are over, I can't wait to see how it's going to impact the movies in the future. So they just they got me with this whole thing. And so
what's the other topics?
Well, I brought one more topic.
Oh, one more, because I would like to bring up a topic.
Okay, you can go ahead with yours if you'd like.
So I don't know if it was the first trailer or a new trailer of the Suicide Squad 2 that just dropped yesterday.
There's a new trailer?
Yeah, I remember I told you that Idris Elba posted it.
I did not know this.
We were literally sitting right next to each other in the car.
I know, but I didn't know it was a new trailer.
I said I don't know if it's I don't know if there's been a trailer before or if it was a new one.
Right, there was the trailer before, and I think that's.
I missed.
Did he post a new trailer? Can we get some?
I don't know if it was new. I don't know if it was new.
I missed it.
3-Bit says the new trailer is awesome. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so also, it is going to be exclusively in theaters and on HBO Max.
Yeah. It's one of the HBO Max movies. Yeah. I am undecided where I'm gonna because if I have a chance to see that at the theater, I might do that. You know?
Oh, what the new?
Yeah, even though I wouldn't have to pay for it on HBO Max.
Well, then you're seeing it at home, bitch.
I'm probably gonna watch that at the theater alongside Black Widow.
So I am confused because we're talking about Suicide Squad now, right? I'm confused about something. Okay, now this is a James Gunn movie, right? Yeah. And some of the characters are still portrayed by their original roles, like Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. What Jai Courtney is was it Captain Boomerang? Is that what his name is?
That guy has such a cool name, by the way. Jai Courtney.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
He's cute too.
Is it Captain Boomerang? I forget his name. Honestly,
yeah.
Okay. So you're curious if Idris Elba is taking Will Smith's spot?
Yeah. So I forget. Is Idris Elba Floyd Lawton? Is that who he's portraying? And then the other question I have is: this a continuation of Suicide Squad, or is this like a reboot of Suicide Squad? Because it's not Suicide Squad 2; it's the Suicide Squad.
I thought it also has Suicide Squad 2.
No, it's the Suicide Squad, right? And then it has.
You're right. You're right.
It has characters.
Okay.
From
so let me see. It says Idris Elba will be Bloodsport.
Okay, so that's different.
So Pete Davidson's going to be in this one.
Yeah.
And John Cena.
No, because the guy that's playing Deadshot in this, isn't he the one that was at the end of Zack Snyder's?
Oh yeah. What's the guy that was in Magic Mike, babe?
Oh, Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello, is that him?
Is it like
Manganiello?
That. No, he's older. He was in he played Deadshot in the Titans TV show on HBO Max.
It's Deathstroke.
Really good.
Deathstroke. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Deathstroke. Sorry, what the fuck was that? Deadshot.
So Deathstroke and Floyd Lawton is Deadshot, right?
It says Will Smith for the cast of this one.
Does it? Will Smith is in this one too? I'm so confused about the Suicide Squad because I don't know if it's a continuation, if it's like a reboot or what. Is somebody in the chat to help me out with this? If you know if it's a continuation as a sequel or it continues that story, or if it's just like going and redoing the whole thing. It's a soft reboot, 3-Bit says. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
think
has
it's like
some of the same people, right? So
I think it's just
confuses me.
it's a continuation, but it's like not really acknowledging the first
Right.
Suicide
Oh, wow.
Squad. Like, hey, that never happened.
So who's playing Floyd Lawton in the new one?
So you know what's funny is it said that the new Suicide Squad trailer quietly slips onto YouTube, leaked by Cast.
Oh, okay.
Somebody is
That
gonna
would
get
make
in
sense
trouble.
why I saw Idris post it.
Right. Deadshot in the Suicide Squad. Is I need to look up the IMDb page for this. IMDb.
Oh, Last Ronin says Suicide Squad always has different teams.
Yeah, I know they always have different teams, but they're not acknowledging so far the other movie. So that's what. Well, I know that because it's.
I wouldn't.
Instead of Suicide Squad 2, they're just calling it the Suicide. So it's Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad. You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to start over, but take the things that worked, right? Like they're taking Margot Robbie, they're taking Jai Courtney and giving him maybe a bigger role in this one. I don't know, but like, yeah, y'all know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the first Suicide Squad had good parts. Other parts are like, the fuck.
Yeah. Okay, so Rick Flag is back. The same guy as well.
Deathstroke was Will Smith Deathstroke? Or
no, he was dead. He was Deadshot. He was
Deadshot.
Yeah, he was Floyd Lawton. Deathstroke isn't in this one or in the first one.
Okay, that's what I was getting mixed up. I thought Deathstroke, so never mind.
Yeah, and Viola Davis is Amanda Waller again.
I think everybody that was in the first one is in this one, I believe.
Almost. No, because Will Smith's not in it.
But do they have Deadshot though?
No.
Oh, then.
Yeah, it's like they.
I mean, if they don't have the character, you can't really put Will Smith. Hey, Will Smith's in this movie, but he's not playing his normal character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just interesting to see because they have from everything I've seen about the movie, they haven't really acknowledged where this stands, right?
It seems like it's a sequel because this is how like the lady that was heading up the Suicide Squad, she's still there, and it's kind of feels like it's a progression of it, but the studios are not acknowledging.
There's a lot of if you go to the wiki for the movie, there's just like there was a lot of crap going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So but here's the thing, like James Gunn is a good director, right? He's responsible for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and once this is out, like he's working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and all of that stuff. So I have faith in this. Last Ronan at Kayla Hellboy says definitely a sequel. Okay. So we'll see if they reference. How we'll know is if they
here we go.
Okay, Kate's got the
It says the title, or it says the Suicide Squad title was suggested by Gunn as a joke, but executives at Warner Brothers liked it. It says at the time, Gunn was in negotiations to direct the film, which was described as a relaunch rather than a direct sequel that would take the franchise in a new direction and feature a largely new cast.
Okay.
Relaunch.
So there you go.
So it's a sequel, but not. It's a relaunch, aka reboot, but still carrying over some of the same main cast.
Yeah. So like like what 3-Bit said, a soft reboot.
What's the point when it hasn't even been that long since it's been out?
That's because the first one was that bad.
Right. And it's an important franchise for them, I think, that they want to do something with. Like it's like they're acknowledging that they screwed up and are trying to handle it in a
okay, but you're gonna not have Will Smith, you're not going to have Jared Leto, and you're gonna fucking bring in John Cena.
But I'm kind of glad they didn't have Jared Leto. Technically, he still is not a good Joker. Even in the Zack Snyder, like it was better, but he just doesn't. I mean,
yeah.
Sorry, Jared Leto, if you're watching this. But
I have a soft spot in my heart for him from My So-Called Life on MTV when I was younger. Yeah. But
he was good in other things.
He's a great actor.
A great actor. It's such a shame that he didn't
He just didn't. We'll wait to see how he does with Morbius, because he's playing that Sinister, the Morbius in Spider-Man.
I think that could be where he fits in. Right, with the
I'm just wondering how John Cena is going to be in it, because I mean, don't get me wrong, like I enjoy a John Cena movie, but he's also corny as fuck.
Yeah, but I think his character is corny as
okay,
so that it was like a perfect fucking match. Yeah, he fucking knows. The trailers that I saw with him, he fucking hits it.
I think, babe, if you watch the trailer for this, you'll understand, because even the costumes.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the trailer.
Yeah, so even the costumes are corny as fuck. Like they're doing that on purpose, right? They're going okay, this is a ragtag bunch of of people that they don't even have good shit to wear. You know what I mean? There's a guy that literally wears polka dots.
Right.
And that's I don't even know, is that his power? I don't know. I gotta do more research on
that's I remember I used to have when I was a kid, I had the Super Friends and Super Villains bedsheet, and there's because I remember sitting next to Boomerang and Captain Cold was a guy that had this polka dot suit. I don't remember who he was, but I remember him on my bed sheets when I was a little kid. And I was like, okay, so they're just reaching in the vault of freaking DC.
This is a way for them to showcase lesser known characters, right?
But have more quality within them.
We'll have more fun with it. This is their and it fits James Gunn because how he has fun with Guardians of the Galaxy, because Guardians of the Galaxy, his thing, it's he makes it fun, it's funny. This is his chance to kind of do that with characters that we didn't know about, which what I mean.
I actually really like Guardians of the Galaxy, so
yeah, I know that's one that you appreciate.
This is the anti-hero Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the darkness of the whole Suicide Squad thing.
What's a bomber?
Yeah, well, this one probably won't be as dark.
Well, it's still following villains rather than
right, for sure.
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Slapstick, funny. What kind of shit are we gonna get into? Blow shit up. Let's go.
I also read that they had wanted to make it rated R. One of the directors or whatever that was in line, they wanted to make it rated R, but
that had probably been the previous director.
Yeah, it was.
First one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you read on Wiki, there was just so much back and forth and different people coming in and out of the project, and
that follows in line with WB, right? That's just crazy.
They just, but making it rated R, I think it would have been more swearing, more lewd
gore
comments, gore, because they got the shark, what's his name, King, whoever plays that shark character, and he eats ate the dude's head off or bit him in half or some shit. So they could have gone really gore on that.
100%. Well, this is a perfect segue because Kate had mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy, and
I set you up for it, babe. I was thinking ahead.
Laying chess pieces.
that kind of goes into what our final topic is, and which is the Guardians of the Galaxy game that was revealed at the Square Enix conference.
Oh my god!
So
I just want to forget that Square Enix conference.
This game is going to be launched on everything: Switch, PC, Xbox, PlayStation. You name it, it's going to be there. It's developed by Eidos. I think the team's behind the Deus Ex games, the newer ones, right?
That reveal was so annoying to me.
How long it was?
How long? I feel like they showed, like, they didn't leave anything for you to be like surprised about.
Yeah.
They showed too much, in my opinion.
Oh, I mean, what they follow with of that damn conference is mobile games. Of course, they were going to take their sweet ass time with this game. It's the only real game that they had to show.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes long, and around when they showed that game,
and it was all like the whole 20 minutes was like gameplay, right?
Yeah, it was, which is cool, and it was really slow.
It was.
Like, they kept talking about the dialogue in the game and how you get to make choices as Star-Lord to like control the feelings of your crew and stuff like that, like manage the emotions of your crew and handle that as like when I am trying to think of like playing a Guardians of the Galaxy game, that's not really what I have in mind, is like this emotional like counselor game where I'm just trying to keep everybody in check, right? Like,
that's just because you're a man.
Well, I mean, in the movie, they kind of like, like making sure that the balance of your team and
yes,
you don't try to piss off everybody. So I kind of see.
I get that's a part of it, right? It just seemed like they made it such a focal point of the game with their presentation.
I mean, it wasn't the best looking game, so they had to focus.
I didn't like the characters. I didn't like how they looked.
I mean, it looked like it was running on the Switch, but hey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it will be running on the Switch, and
well, this will look like they showed us.
Talk about scalability, right? It just like, even the way the dialogue boxes looked just kind of looked crappy, right?
Yeah.
It seems like they were going for like Mass Effect dialogue, but in a really dumbed down way.
Yeah. I think that because of the hype and the excitement of Mass Effect, and like, well, we got space heroes, so let's try to tap into that, and I mean, it could be a really fun game.
Right.
We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna play it. It looks like the combat is kind of Avengers ish, and like, if you were to say anything decent about the Avengers game, is the combat can be fun, right?
Well, the thing with my issue with the Avengers game was that when you played as certain characters, they patched it, because when I was playing with 3-bit, like when I was playing as Thor, I felt like I was playing as Thor. But in the very beginning, when I was playing the demo, it did not feel like I was the Incredible Hulk. I felt like I was, freaking Black Widow or Hawkeye fighting as Incredible Hulk, because I was like, hold on, I should be like 1-2 piecing these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I'm taking 16 shots on a single dude. No, that's not the Incredible Hulk. I don't care if because you're level, that's not. I mean, they did address it a little bit, so hopefully they do that with Guardians of the Galaxy. But you only play Star-Lord, so I kind of was excited. I was like, oh, cool. I want to play as Gamora, Drax. I want to play as Rocket, Groot, and then they're like, oh no, you can only be Star-Lord. And I'm like,
I feel like a lot of people would have been like genuinely a lot more excited if they could have played as all those different characters.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was like the one thing that people were not little disappointed about was that they couldn't play as the other Guardians of the Galaxy. Can't be the Guardian of the Galaxies and play only one of them.
Yeah.
So, for me, it seems like this game's success will just depend on how good the story is, because it's a single player driven game. Hopefully it has a great story, which was the highlight of the Avengers game.
Can you look past like assy looking?
It's hard to, because what they're doing with these Square Enix games is like, okay, we're taking the MCU style and changing their faces. Now, that being said, this one compared to Avengers has more comic book style to it, where the outfits like Gamora looks like she does from like the comics and all that stuff, right? And Drax looks more like himself from the comics and stuff. So, but I don't personally like. It's like they're trying to create their own MCU in the video game world, right? And for me personally, like, if I'm playing like a video game as like with these MCU, or not MCU, but Marvel characters and stuff, I'd rather them look more not realistic looking. You know what I mean? They're going for that, like, the realism look, so it kind of messes with your mind, where it's like, okay, is this MCU or is this just regular Marvel? Because it's like somewhere in between, and like this weird lost zone. And I would rather go more like comic book aesthetic personally, like just all around, just because it's going for the real look, which makes you feel MCU-ish, because the art style looks MCU-ish, even though it's comic book costumes, right? It's just kind of weird.
Well, they're definitely taking notes from what not to do, like Avengers, like try to mimic the movies as much as possible.
Yeah, and then just change the faces. Likeness.
And it's just like, what? No, like I would. That game would have been that much better if they did more of it, like what the comic book characters looked like more, just like what the Guardians are doing. Because, like you said, Gamora looks like Gamora, Drax, Groot, Rocket. They all look more like the comic book variants than the movies, which is good, because if they're not going to go towards down that road, don't try to mimic it. You know, take the source from the comic books. People like them. Do that, and people, and that was one praise that, you know, we all heard from different people. That was the
especially
one thing
with Gamora.
They liked.
Yeah,
they liked that. So they did good with that. Let's hope the story is really thought out and well planned, and, you know, let's see what combo, I guess maybe you can combo up with different characters to do different moves together. So let's see if we can get like Windu involved, and the other characters that kind of come into the Guardians of the Galaxy's universe.
I'm definitely gonna play it. You know, I mean, it's just it's a Guardians of the Galaxy game. But the other thing I wanted to get to with this though is like, okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy is cool and all, right?
Well, I have a question about the game
baby.
still, if you're going to move on from that.
No, I'm still talking about the game, but
I was just going to ask if it's going to be on Game Pass.
Not that we know of.
Okay.
No, but you know, if it does, people can be like, oh, it's trash.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a Game Pass quality.
That's what they'll say. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah. That's so stupid. So
fanboys.
Going in, what I wanted to get to is like, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is cool, and I'm excited that there's a game. But okay, going into, if you could say they have access to everything Marvel, why the fuck did you pick Guardians of the Galaxy for the, like, there's so many things that just sound so amazing that could potentially be made.
X-Men.
Jeez, dude, just don't hurt my heart right now. You know what I mean? It's like
Rogue, Wolverine, Cyclops, Beast, Gambit.
Is there another Guardians movie coming out?
Yes, Guardians Volume 3.
And is it going to line up with the release of that game?
No.
No? Okay.
No, fuck no.
I was seeing if maybe that was why.
No.
I think they're what they're doing is they're trying to piggyback off the success of the MCU, and Guardians is one of the franchises from that. But what I'm getting at is there was so much Marvel stuff that's not tied to the MCU, or it hasn't been, that they could potentially make stuff out of that never get touched, right? The stuff never gets touched. And like there's so many more possibilities that
Fantastic Four. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't made a good Fantastic Four game, I think, in ever.
Yeah.
I mean, possibilities are endless with that. Oh my god. Adding freaking Silver Surfer. I mean, Jesus. I don't want to get into it.
You could even, if you want to talk about it, right? You could even make a standalone Hulk game again, right?
Wait, so I have another question. Is the Guardians game multiplayer?
No.
Single player.
I mean, how cool would it be if they would have done like multiplayer and you could like a co-op and each of your, party members could be a different character?
It would have seemed like it would have made sense, but I got to play the game to see where they're going, because if that was so story focused to where it just doesn't make sense, then I can understand it, because it seems like where they're going, a lot of this game is going to be with dialogue choices and managing the team and the ship, and you can't really have 4 players doing that, right?
Yeah,
like
I feel like a Fantastic Four game like that would be really cool.
Yeah. There's
even
just
X-Men.
There's so much.
I like Guardians. It's just like why that right now? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I think because Guardians got really good outside of X-Men and really, I mean, and Avengers. What other group base that is in the MCU is really high praised, and that's Guardians right now because of the movies, not because of the comic books, but because of the movies.
Yeah.
So that's why they chose, because they're all right. We did Avengers, they can't really. I don't think they want to touch X-Men right now, because I think they're going to wait till possibly characters to be revealed in the MCU before they do that. But I mean, anyways, but I think that's why they went with Guardians, is because there are, because of the movies, they are a highly praised group of characters that you can put into a game, and I think that's why they did it.
Just when you see something like this get greenlit and it go forward and like it's coming out this year and all this stuff, it's like makes you think like, man, where are all the X-Men games? You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know.
Oh.
X-Men was such a neglected like franchise for so long.
I hope if there is an X-Men game, Square's not behind it.
Yeah.
Please. That's the only thing. How about let's see, the Coalition. They do a great squad-based type game, and imagining if they were able to implement X-Men and make a squad-based type game with.
Dude, people have been saying like Microsoft needs to get something, right? Like some characters or something, right? What if Microsoft was like the X-Men like group, right?
Oh my god. X-Men, Hulk, Wolverine, Storm, dude. I mean, that would just blow my mind if they were able to do that.
Is that a mozzarella stick?
Probably.
Yes, it is. That's for me and Lady.
Okay.
At first, I thought it was a nunchuck, but then
I thought it was a nunchuck at first, also, or a baton. I thought it was a baton.
But
it's a cheese pull.
Eat the mozzarella stick. Stick.
I mean, I'm gonna definitely give this game a chance. I think it could be great. But what I saw didn't excite me at all. And this is coming from somebody that loves this type of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what kind of has me perplexed. Like, why am I not more excited for this? Because
all in fairness though, it was really the 20-minute fucking presentation that Square had that really, when they, what was it? They showed trailer gameplay, then gameplay. Like I didn't get like, okay, you showed gameplay. Let's go into more like deep dive gameplay. And it's like they could have held off that last portion that they were sitting there just talking about all the, like, they could have held that off and just did like something at, like, I don't know, the press booths that did nothing for the media.
Yeah.
They could have left it for them. Like, here you guys go. Here's something. I don't think no one did anything for that media press conference, did they, Mav? Because you had access amongst many other people.
I was going every day trying to find stuff to cover. And there was like some opportunities, right? But I don't think it really fit our channel really well, right? And like what we're trying to do. So I didn't want to do stuff and cover things that I would never normally cover just to say I did it. Right? Yeah. So there was stuff there. I tried things. I did an interview with Otterbox and which was cool. They were super nice, and
no, but you gotta tell the story though. You gotta tell the story like when you went there. What you told us, like, oh shit.
Yeah, okay, so all right, so I had media access for E3, okay, and there was like a open session for interviews that they put their information out there, right, for everybody to come in as a big session to be able to talk to them, ask questions, and this was like day one. I figured there's going to be like 100 people in there at least. You know what I mean?
Well, before you go further, like if anybody doesn't know what Otterbox is, they make like phone cases. I don't know if they make anything else.
But they were the only ones that had an event like this actually scheduled and planned, right? They had this event scheduled and planned and set out as the only thing there. All these people in the media are here in this, and it's the only thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna check it out and see like what it is, and I click on the link, and they're like, "We have a visitor," and it was just me and the engineer from Otterbox and also a rep, and I was like, "Hi, how's it going? My name's Mav."
I would have fucking I would have unplugged my computer so fucking fast.
I asked them some questions. They were super nice, and I was trying to get a little feel of what it was gonna be about and be like, and it was cool. They were super nice. They told me stuff, and I could probably talk. I don't think any of the stuff's under embargo now anymore. But I just don't see the point. So I thought it was pretty cool what they showed me. But you know what, there was really that was like the only thing that somebody had planned out well, and even nobody showed up for that.
Yeah.
So, and I was there for like 10-15 minutes asking them questions, and nobody else even stepped in the room.
I would have pretended like I couldn't even fucking hear them. Like something's wrong with my mic. It's not working.
Yeah. Like, they were so happy that somebody popped in though. Like,
like, oh my god! They'd probably pop champagne bottles after you left.
Yeah. And I've had some dialogue back and forth with a couple of indie devs, on stuff. You know what I mean? And it's cool to have these kind of conversations and dialogue with some of these people because it is interesting. But at the same point, I don't want to. As cool as that is just being frank, it's nothing that I'm ever going to play, ever going to talk about, or ever going to mention in the future. And
rude.
as cool as an opportunity is to talk about some of that stuff, like it's a little disingenuous for me to act excited about it and be feeding people information about stuff that I'm really not excited about myself, right? So I have kind of just,
I mean, you have to sometimes talk about some things that,
right,
like,
and we do, but it's
yeah,
stuff
like
that
I think I'll bring up things like House Flipper and things like that.
Yeah, but I'm not
we don't
talking
give
about
two
even
craps
that
about.
level of stuff. I'm talking about I'm talking about stuff that's like I don't want to say anything like I'm just gonna say like this is stuff that nobody's ever probably heard of or ever going to hear about.
That's
right?
so rude, though.
I'm not trying to be rude to them because like it's just that I'm not gonna.
I mean, how the fuck do you think they would feel hearing you say that?
Wait, but no, listen though, when they're giving out media passes to anybody that signed up, and nobody are going to any of these media events, like I know it's on the people at E3. They didn't do a very good job of with this, and it's hard because it is a virtual tour of what would have been on the floor. But I mean, there was no engagement. Really, they didn't.
There was no
I know it's-
pre-planning from any of the companies involved with this
Honestly,
either. So
that's
it's not
probably
just
why.
E3's
That's
fault.
probably why they granted access to pretty much everybody, because they knew there wasn't going to be anything.
Yeah. So I mean, if E3, if the people that were doing it, and they're like, all right, guys, this is, we're going to be doing this. And if they planned it out, we need, if you guys are going to be on the virtual showroom floor like this, we do not expect, but we would like you to have something shown, have it, trying to get engagement. So, people would come into your, whatever you're trying to pitch, sell, whatever they're trying to do, and it was cool that I mean, yeah, OtterBox, when you don't think of gaming with
No.
OtterBox, but it was cool that they were like the only ones that kind of did something like that.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
so-
you do have to like respect them for that.
100%.
So-
Yeah.
So what they did, they went up and beyond what anyone else did.
That's
so-
true, Psycho.
So I mean, if these other guys, it could have been a whole different outcome. But we don't hear nothing but any of these other guys that were in the media access. Like no one's talking about it because so no one's engaged, and like Matt said, they probably feel the same way. Like I really don't care about this stuff, so
Yeah.
they're not gonna talk about, because I not one person other than Mav have I heard about OtterBox being there. Like what like, oh, OtterBox, what they show? No one's talking about.
So I'll tell you what they showed. Well, let me make sure it's not under embargo real quick.
Yeah, you don't.
I
you
gotta
don't
check the
wanna
date.
get-
I gotta check the date on it real quick, which will only take a second.
Watch, it's like June 24th.
Okay.
All right, we gotta wait 41 minutes, folks, and we can talk about it. You heard it here first.
OtterBox had debuted gaming. Well, they already had gaming products available, right? OtterBox makes phone cases, phone cases and phone accessories. Yeah. Okay, so they were showing off a new. So I gotta make sure.
I thought you just checked.
I had it. I thought on my notes, but I didn't write that.
So then, why were you just about to start talking about it?
Because
were you just like, fuck it?
I was.
Oh,
but
we got a tipsy bit in the chat.
Tipsy bit.
Okay, yeah, it's announced. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll show you guys on the screen what they were announcing, which is pretty cool. Okay.
We get visuals.
World premiere.
Can we change the title of this, please, to OtterBox World Premiere?
Yeah. All right, so they were showing their gaming products, which I was actually pretty impressed with. Okay, they had this. A lot of these have already been out, but there was a new product to go along with that they already have, and I was interested because a lot of it involved Xbox, right? As we know, xCloud is becoming more of a thing, right? xCloud and on Samsung devices, Android devices is becoming more popular. It's coming out to the browsers. It's going to eventually be on iOS and all that stuff will be a browser as well. So they have a line of accessories at OtterBox that are pretty cool. They actually have a case, right? And they in the case, you can put an Xbox controller. They got a clip on there where you can put the phone.
Show it.
Right. But part of the I'm going to go to the whole gaming section. Okay. So this is the case.
I'm waiting for it to pop up on the screen.
No.
So there's the case right there. Okay. And the case is really cool. You can actually put your phone. You see this top thing? It like folds up, so you can put your phone on top of it to prop it up to where you can like play on that if you want. As well as they have this like sleeve, right? So that's the case. Now all of these things fit together, which I thought was really cool. They showed this to me. Okay, so they have this clip where you put your phone. It's like some of the other gaming clips out there. Okay, it's very adjustable, very maneuverable. But
was that water at the end?
What was it? Water?
Like it's waterproof? Did it show it like in water at the end?
Well, your phone. I don't know.
Yeah, the last picture, like the whole.
She's talking about the case, Mev.
Oh, the case. Okay.
I would assume so. It's OtterBox. I mean, it's shockproof, earthproof, waterproof.
Yeah, let me see the back on the.
Isn't there like a lot of things out there like this?
It shows it dropping into a shallow puddle, so I don't know what that's insinuating, but that was a splash of a little bit of water there. Okay, so they have the case. They have this mobile gaming clip, which is good for your phone to prop it up. Now the phone will fit in the case with the clip on. Okay.
Yeah, but who's gonna freaking walk around with their phone?
I mean, not the phone. I mean, the controller.
Like
the controller will fit in the case with the clip on. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can see in the picture here of the case, it's got the clip on the controller. So that was really cool, I thought. Okay. The other thing that was cool is the controller in this case there was places for other things. Okay. So they also have the shells, which are cool, like grips for the controllers. I guess if you're like walking around, like you can put it on there so it doesn't slip out of your hands. I guess I don't know, but those are pretty cool. So that plus the clip.
You're not gonna be walking around fucking playing.
But this is what they announced was the new thing, and the thing that was under embargo that they were there at E3 to show off is this, and it's the power swap controller batteries. Okay, so this is a dual charging battery station with two batteries. They have 10 hours of battery life. Okay, and here was the cool thing. This was the interesting thing that I thought was a really unique feature. It is hot swappable. So it has a technology to where you pop the battery out, but there's still a piece of the battery still in there that keeps the controller alive while you swap your battery out. So your battery doesn't actually die when you swap your battery out.
That is interesting.
And the case, you can see the whole kit here, right? Mm-hmm. So it actually was pretty cool, and it comes in with this dock to plug two batteries in. And the case actually has room for the battery underneath the controller.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually, like you see here, like they got, the case, the clip.
That looks like it would be clunky.
Right.
I don't know about that.
It is a little big on the back right here.
Yeah.
To me, and when they said 10 hours of battery life, I think, oh, that's cool, but it's not like
Yeah, that doesn't seem like anything like outrageous.
Right. So
I don't like that.
It hangs out like that.
Yeah.
So the cool thing
I would have
though
to like
was,
feel it myself.
Yeah.
But by the
see
look
if it
of
gets
it,
in the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see the little adapter that they have where it keeps. It's kind of like a 9-volt battery in the cigarette lighter.
Yeah, here's a good example of how it works, right? So it's very quick and easy to snap in and out, and then it's also has 10 hours battery life, and it's hot swappable, so your controller doesn't die. So this was the thing they're announcing, and the other cool thing was that all these pieces are kind of meant to fit together. So you got the sleeve for your controller, you got the carrying case, and you got the clip. So and they all fit handily in that carrying case. So if you are somebody that likes to play games on the go a lot, or you're traveling and you like xCloud, you can just have a controller that's equipped with all of this stuff in that case and just carry it around with you, and you can quickly turn your phone into like a better gaming station.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever get into playing a legitimate game on my phone like that.
Me neither.
Oh, well, see, I did at the pre-order of the Series X. When I was waiting in line, I was sitting there playing Gears 5 on my phone.
How the fuck? Like, how?
What do you mean, how?
Like, how can you see everything, you know?
Well, I mean, I have a decent sized phone, so it wasn't like, little small 4.5-inch screen.
Yeah.
It's like it's a 6.5-inch screen, so it was a decent size, but it was when it comes to like that, I was just trying to kill time so I had to pre-order my Series X, but it was fun, and the latency was like pretty freaking decent. Only thing that sucked was a lot of people from across the seas were online, so I was getting high ping because of that. But other than that, like, latency was pretty smooth when I was playing with people on the state side. So latency was really good, and I was only playing in like LTE plus 4G, so it wasn't even 5G where it was at. So I mean, and that was impressive how good everything was playing. So certain situations, like if you're sitting at the doctor's office and you want to play like Spiritfarer or some of these little indie titles or something like that, that's going to be great. Or like get like you playing House Flipper, let's say that goes into Game Pass.
Yeah, I could see something like that.
And you just want, you can do a quick renovation on a house real quick for some cash while you're waiting for the doctor, or Mav getting his surgery done.
My surgery. What's happening to me? Oh, babe, I'm getting scared.
Getting his vasectomy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. Mav getting his surgery.
Yeah, it's not like
I wasn't gonna break the news to everybody yet, Psycho.
Shit, sorry, bro. World premiere.
Yeah, so basically like E3 like was things like that was the coolest thing there for
yeah, did you see what Jasper said? He said Otterbox probably paid thousands to E3 for a stream and only Mav showed up.
Well, they were supposed to be live every day for that scenario.
Two Otterbox
with like 2 hours, you know what I mean, each time. So that was the first day, I think. So that's what kind of surprised me. So I've had dialogue back and forth with a couple of indie devs that have some games I could do an interview. I might do one because I think this game's pretty cool, but like just honestly, like some of them, it's not anything that I want to like. It's not that I don't appreciate those type of games. It's just that me personally, I'm not gonna just do stuff just because, right? It has to be stuff that I think fits with what we're doing on the channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like it is a cool opportunity, and I do appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that. And it's great to have the dialogue back and forth. But if it doesn't make sense for the content that we're trying to provide, then it doesn't make sense to do it just to say we did it. That's what I'm getting at. So so it's a respect for their time as well, you know, because I'm not going to take their time and do that stuff if I'm not going to cover it properly or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, but there's one that I'm kind of interested in that I think maybe a good fit. So we'll see if that anything comes from that. But but the whole E3 thing, there was no access to anything big. You know, anything really noteworthy, right? There was no access to really interview any of the big devs or big game publishers or anything like that. So, but we'll see. Maybe in the future. I love that one, babe. Oh my gosh.
Oh fuck, 3-bit.
Oh my gosh. I have to refresh my page to use this now.
Oh my god, that is fucking classic.
3-bit, come here. Come here, 3-bit. Where are you?
Okay. These are great emojis, babe. We'll have 3-bit on the show one way or another. But yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy game. Yeah, gonna give it a try. Hopefully it's good. And I don't really like a lot of things that I saw, but I'm still open-minded and gonna stay positive and hope for the best because the story could be really cool.
3-bit, come here.
Besides making hilarious emojis, babe, where could everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at KaitlinX0615. You can catch me playing Knockout City because yesterday the summer event started. I still haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. And you go around and you can collect popsicles and then you can redeem them for limited edition, limited time items in the shop. So that should be real fun. Yeah, it's a great time. Yeah. And you can find me on Exos Ultimate on every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And that's about it. Bye, guys.
And Psychonauts, the mellow fellow from outer space, dude. How's it going, man? Where can everybody find you, sir?
Yeah, man. It was chat. Thank you for coming out. It was great doing another episode of FunPop. You know, I missed it. I know everyone else has. And, you know, 3-bit, I can't wait till you come back, buddy. We miss you. We love you. And everyone, you guys can find me at Psychonauts everywhere on social media. My YouTube channel, Gamer Chat Podcast, Gamer Chat, one word. And then you can find me on Tuesdays, messing around with the guys over there at Noobs and Pros on Pomon. Just been crashing their podcast, you know. We'll see what happens there. And then you know, possibly this is the new date for FunPop, so Wednesdays. And then of course, Xbox Ultimate on Fridays, 9 p.m. with a Magnificent 7, where you can hang out with us and, you know, and enjoy
Have
our
a
fuckery.
good effing time.
I do like this time slot. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. So 3-bit, let us know how that works for you as well, dude, sometime. Yeah. But everybody in the chat, everybody out there, it's been real. Thank you so much. I
also wanted to say you're welcome for my first appearance on FunPop.
This is your first appearance on FunPop. You need to be
she
back.
Popped her cherry. For
yeah.
You guys all rock. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to play some Dark Alliance in just a little bit after I get some food. So
yeah,
you guys.
Oh, I have to feed you.
Oh, we don't have dinner planned.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
How can she make dinner? She's on the podcast.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dun,
I
dun,
mean, I'm
dun.
not. I mean, I'm not Superwoman.
There you go. You are. You
Oh,
are
that kind of
Superwoman.
went with the show.
It
See
did.
what I did there?
Hey, oh.
Hey! Oh!
Oh no, no more Andrew Dice Clay references. Please.
No, that
All
is our thing now. That's our thing now.
Hey.
Just wait until Friday. Oh, I like that little hand thing, Psycho. Hey!
Hey.
When
Oh,
Pong
jeez.
did that, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Hey, Jack and Jill went up the hill with a bucket of quarters. No, so.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
everybody.
You guys all rock. Shout out to all you amazing people. Bye.
FunPop. FunPop.